Day 12 of 31 days of incremental wealth. What would I tell a 15-year-old who's trying to start investing? Watch this video now.
What would you tell probably a 15-year-old? What would be the first pieces of, because they're at this point their expenses should be expenseless outside of gas.
Yeah. So for anyone who's working, I don't care what age you are, I would have them open up a Roth IRA immediately. Immediately. Because the earlier you do it, the more time you have on your side, right? So someone 35 starting versus someone 15 starting, that's 20 years. That is 20-year difference. That's millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Difference. There's articles out there all the time that say if you start early, and then if you go from 15 to 35 and you stop investing, you will still have more money by the time you're.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Even if that 35-year-old is still putting money every month, time is undefeated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So anyone who's young, I would tell them, get this IRA started immediately. The limits right now are 7,000. It changes almost every year now. It used to be 6,500. It used to be 6,000.
Mm-hmm.
But this year it's 7,000. So I'm not saying you got to max it out at 15. That's gonna be kind of hard, right? You still want to have some fun, do this, but try and pick a percentage,
Right.
of that. Whether it's 10%. I would aim for as much as you can, right? I'm like 50, 60% if you can. Put that in there. Try to max it out if you can. You know what I'm saying? Just leave it alone.
Right.
And invest in a solid S&P 500. Or if you're that young, I would say like a heavy growth as well.
Right.
QQQM, SCHG, stuff like that. And just let it sit. Just let it ride. Because by the time people in your circle really start talking about that, you're going to be thousands, tens of thousands ahead of everybody else. Exactly. Like I said, most people don't start until their mid-30s with investing. It's not too late at that time, but compared to 15, you like, if I would have learned this 20 years ago, man, I would be up.
Your life will be completely different.
Exactly. Even I started at 23. If I would started at 18, that's a big difference. That is a big difference. Or if I started when I was at Chick-fil-A, 16.
Oh, Chick-fil-A we would have really seen the biggest gains from that Chick-fil-A money. Because we were doing literally nothing but going to work, working all day, and going home.